Hi, I'm David Compton. These little piggies in Urbana, Illinois didn't quite make it to market and should have stayed home. And a semi-truck tangles with a school bus in Texas.
Hi, I'm Jessica Rose. Surveillance cameras lead to the capture of a trucker accused of rape and kidnapping in Pennsylvania. And President Trump signs a new bill which affects truckers. These are the stories we're covering along with our Rig of the Week on this edition of the Trucker News Channel.
You've heard the old nursery rhyme, this little piggy went to market and this little piggy stayed home. Well, in Urbana, Illinois, all the little piggies should have stayed home the other day. That's because they were being transported by semi on Interstate 74 near Lincoln Avenue when the driver of the semi swerved to miss a deer that had leaped in front of him. In doing so, the semi struck the rear of a pickup truck, sending it spinning around the highway and onto the left shoulder. The semi then jackknifed and overturned, releasing 36 pigs onto the highway. The swine were eventually rounded up on the right-hand side of the road, and the two drivers involved were taken to the hospital, one with serious injuries.
After a week-long manhunt, police in Erie, Pennsylvania, and U.S. Marshals have caught a trucker accused of kidnapping a woman at knife point and raping her. The trucker, Jerome Keys of Mississippi, was finally caught after surveillance video identified his rig at the scene. The video shows the bobtail semi owned by Wayne W. Sell Trucking Corporation out of Sarver, Pennsylvania, and who employed Keys, pulling into a parking lot at 1:38 a.m. After the truck parks, a naked woman can be seen escaping from the truck and running away. Keys is in Erie County Prison on $250,000 bond.
A remarkable crash caught on video has you wondering how more people were not injured or even killed. A school bus in Bastrop, Texas is seen pulling out, attempting to make a right-hand turn onto the highway. The bus had the green light, then all of a sudden, it's broadsided by a semi. There were 20 students on the bus at the time of impact. Unfortunately, the driver of the bus and 10 students were taken to the hospital, but luckily none with serious injuries. The roads were wet at the time of the accident, and the semi-driver said he had a yellow light and was unable to stop in time when he hit the school bus. An investigation is being conducted as to his claims. The results and the injuries of this crash could have been so much worse.
President Trump has pledged to put an extremely big dent in the problem of drug addiction in America. He signed legislation intended to help tackle the opioid crisis. The bill, introduced by the Committee on Commerce, Science, and Transportation, requires the Department of Health and Human Services to report progress on hair testing within 30 days of passage and lays out a schedule for completion of hair testing guidelines, something both the ATA and TCA have long wanted, as it will allow carriers to use hair testing in their drug and alcohol testing protocols. Hair is the predominant test for pre-employment random testing, whereas urine, which is currently the only approved method, works best for post-accident and reasonable suspicion. However, government agencies have taken issue with the fact that there is no established way to test hair, as each of the roughly 7 laboratories that do the testing use a different method. We'll be right back after this message.
This week's Rig of the Week goes to Michael Holland and his rig, the Spice of Life. Michael customized this 2007 Peterbilt 379 himself, dedicating it to his late wife and driving partner, Joan. Outside, the truck features old-fashioned headlights, a distinctive train horn, and stainless steel trim to go with its Viper red paint job. While inside, he installed 1x4 flooring made of African mahogany. All this gives the truck an air of retro elegance. Holland retired the truck from regular use last December after logging 913,000 miles over 10 years on the road. If you have a rig you'd like profiled here on the show, send us a video to rigoftheweek@thetrucker.com.
If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure to click the little red subscribe button below. You can also go to thetrucker.com to read the latest breaking news stories. That's all for this edition. On behalf of David Compton, myself, Jessica Rose, and all of us here at the Trucker News Channel, thanks for watching.